Folks, in day number 2, get you an idea of exactly what does make day number 2. Now remember, last weekend, Obs on Aggro, most played deck in day 2, none in the top 8.
Yep.
So not a very impressive day number 2 for them. Jeskai Black, really impressive day 2, and thus far a pretty impressive day 1 from our name players. Vaughan looks like he's casting a Dig Through Time. You see his board with a Jace on 6. He's also got a copy of Master of the Unseen. He'll be taking a look at the top 7 cards, taking 2 here in just a moment. While for Hunter, 2 copies of Soulfire Grandmaster, and mana is online for him, though he is missing black at this point.
And Vaughan here showing that he, like a lot of players in the room, expecting a lot of spells in people's deck this weekend, a lot of decks focused around critical spells. 1 copy of Dispel in his main deck and 2 main deck copies of Duress. So really trying to attack on that front.
First Dig Through Time we've seen be cast this weekend. I'm curious how that card's going to work its way into the metagame. It's almost too powerful not to.
And it's still showing up in these Jeskai Black decks and a little bit of Nesper Dragons, but I think we're going to see more copies of Treasure Cruise start to show up just to ease the mana requirements a little bit for certain decks.
Here comes the Soulfire Grandmaster. Jace will fall down to 4. Wilson Hunter going to try to start working away at that thing. Bloodstained Mire will provide him black mana if he wants to search it up. But Vaughan is digging in for a longer game here.
Oh, he's definitely set up right now. Between Jace and Master of the Unseen and a resolved Dig Through Time, he is really set up to play a long game.
Let's see what Wilson Hunter has now. He'll go with a Tasigur. Delve away a couple of cards here. Building his board as we head back Robert Vaughan's way. He'll take a draw step. Does have Crackling Doom in hand. He'll sacrifice Windswept Heath. Fall down to 14. And he'll search himself up a Prairie Stream that'll enter the battlefield on tap thanks to the 2 basics out there. And it is time for a Doom. So that'll take care of Tasigur. See how Vaughan wants to use Jace here.
I think we're just going to see another plussing.
Yeah, and now another Jace. So pretty good turn there for Vaughan. Uses all of his mana, gets the biggest creature off the battlefield, slows down to Soulfire Grandmaster, kick it back over to Hunter. See if Hunter can have a turn that good. He picked up a copy of Ochai's Command. There's Battlefield Forge. The one Soulfire Grandmaster that actually has power is going to attack.
Other one locked down here by Jace.
Yep. I think Hunter realizing it's almost useless to try to go after Jace at this point. Just going to start going towards Vaughan's life total. 2 points at a time is not going to slow down the Telepath Unbound. Now Vaughan's got something to consider here because Hunter didn't play anything. And if you're Robert, I'm playing the same deck as you. So as a result, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if you have Ochai's Command hanging out in your deck or in your hand right now. So you saw him start by taking down Jace to be able to have the ability to flashback something. I believe Crackling Doom with how his mana is set up, and now he's playing Soulfire Grandmaster. So here's Ochai's Command. That'll take care of Soulfire Grandmaster, allow Wilson Hunter to draw a card. And now Crackling Doom is going to be cast from the graveyard. That'll take care of one of the Soulfire Grandmasters over there. And now Vaughan will pass the turn back. Hunter will draw. A couple of lands in hand, Battlefield Forge, Flooded Strand. His Soulfire Grandmaster is going to be coming into the red zone here. It's going to go after Jace, and Vaughan might be okay with that exchange.
Yeah, with another Jace in play, his graveyard's out of spells.
Yep.
And I guess there's a dig through time, but the following Jace can take care of that. Get that flashback if he wants it.
There's a Plains there for Hunter. So over to Vaughan we go. The thing is, if you're Robert, as he's going to activate Jace, it's going to flip here in just a moment. I actually think you like your positioning because you're having this trading battle, but you have a Master of the Unseen on the battlefield. So eventually both players are going to exhaust themselves, run out of cards, and you can say, all right, I'm start making 2/2s.
It also means that if you start drawing more lands than is ideal, that's fine.
Yep.
But the same is not true for Hunter. If he starts flooding out, he's just got nothing to do.
And he's currently, it appears he is flooding out.
Yeah.
2 more lands in hand at this point. So Vaughan ticks up Jace to 6, slows down that Soulfire Grandmaster. There's a Flooded Strand past the turn back. Now it's time for Vaughan to dig, see if this resolves. And it will resolve. So, top 7, take 2. Crackling Doom among them.
I'm not sure how I feel about Dig versus just using Mastery in that
Make
spot.
it 2/2.
Because eventually Dig will get cheaper. And if there's nothing going on the other side of the table, I'm not sure what the rush is to dig. Also, it's not like Vaughan is light on action because he has Mastery in play. So he has plenty to do with his mana. It's close. Just, I think I would have erred on the side of just activating Mastery.
Well, I think the question there, right, if I'm casting Dig there, to me, it's like, what am I digging for?
Right. What are you looking for?
Yeah.
Do you really want creature removal? I mean, it wouldn't be. I guess you take it. It's not, but you're not really searching for it right now.
Vaughan is going to flash back into rest, get an idea of what Wilson Hunter is working with. Show us the goods, Wilson. A complete disregard and a land. So complete disregard hits the bin.
And now the window is clear here for Vaughan to do whatever. Imagine getting the Soulfire Grandmaster off the table this turn as a priority.
Oh, I like this turn a lot, actually. Vaughan able to search up Cinderglade. We're going to see Dragon Master Outcast. He's also got Crackling Doom in hand. And what this does, simply put, is it forces Hunter to have a removal spell right now.
Mm-hmm.
And if he doesn't, I won't say it's over, but it's pretty close. So surprising, you see a reprint like this, and it's funny, you know, the reaction was, you guys wasted a mythic slot on this thing?
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is, I guess, you know, you want casual players to get their hands on this thing. And, you know, it was definitely not a reaction of, oh, I wonder if it's going to be good this time around, you know?
That was not the narrative at all. And last week for Clay Spickelmeyer, when he was playing for top 8, it was very good for him. And right now for Robert Vaughan, it appears it's going to be good for him too. Here's a polluted Delta for Hunter. Just have to pass the turn back. Going to get an activation of Master of the Unseen. So a Manifest will join the battlefield, trigger, and now it might be a runaway.
Yeah, there's about a 1-turn window there, I think, for Hunter to draw Crackling Doom and maybe be able to crawl back into it, but now we're done.
There's a Fiery Impulse, and that's going to do it. Wilson Hunter with another land in hand. Robert Vaughan's going to win this match over Wilson Hunter 2-1. He wins the Jeskai Black Mirror. And for Vaughan, someone who, if you take a look through the top 32 of the standings, his name is always right in there. Mm-hmm. He's made some top 8s this season and some top 16s, but you know, he never performs badly when he comes, and he's been flying to most of the Open Series events, so maybe this is the deep tournament run that he's been looking for.
Well,